for
like
a pinball machine.
Pinball machine, or
It's vintage, yeah. It's like early 2000s.
Well, it's vintage as in it's 20 years old probably, but
Yeah.
it was probably made in like 2002 or something.
That's vintage now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool.
And would you consider the early 2000s vintage?
Something over 20 years old? I would think so.
Over 20 years old. I guess in the early 2000s, something from 1980 would have been vintage.
Right.
I don't know though. Actually, now that I think about it, I think maybe the 80s would be retro, but not, or a classic, but not like vintage. Maybe
Is 90s still vintage era?
I think 30 years is maybe the cap for something being vintage. But who knows?
Right.
That stuff is changing, and people just want to sell stuff. Yeah.
All right. Oh, do we have any email?
We have 2 emails.
All right.
Evan, I'll pawn mics off to you. Ian, do you want to read what's this person's name? Jay.
Sure.
Time to make it weird.
Cool Jay.
They say. It's a new listener listening to our going through our backlog.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sent from a proton mail.
Proton mail?
Mhm.
Ooh.
They don't get traced by any, because it needs to be totally encrypted. For
They
them.
don't want the government to know that they
that
listen
they're
to the
cooking and
show.
eating Pokemon. The government can't know.
All right, let's see. Get my recipe going.
Anything out, Ian? Or you
What's up?
still, did you figure out a recipe?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anything else before we get rolling, figuratively and literally? Oh, yes. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Ben, how was the music festival?
It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. My first multi-day music festival, so it was, pretty exhausting, honestly.
Did you go back every day, or were you there all 3 days?
The stadium is like a 20-minute drive from
Nice.
So
So at least
we actually ended up like taking the trolley because there wasn't any extra. You had to pay extra for parking.
Every time you ride the trolley, we're like, ring, 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 goes the trolley.
Yeah, I mean, it basically is just a light rail train, but it's called a trolley.
Don't fuck with me. If it's a
Well,
light
it's not
rail,
like-
call it a light rail. Don't call it a fucking trolley. I wanted a real ass trolley. If you're calling it a trolley.
Yeah, I think maybe it started out as a trolley, but then it got into a train.
Got an upgrade.
To other parts of the city.
Upgrade.
It was elevated, so
Oh,
it would be.
it's more up. Yeah.
It's true, but I want an elevated trolley. Just make like a big roller coaster in every city that goes around places.
That's basically the monorail in Seattle. It's essentially a roller coaster. Not exciting, but it's essentially the same infrastructure.
Yeah, it's like when you go to Disneyland to ride the monorail, and you're like, the future of travel is here. Yeah, but so you saw Boy Genius, LCD sound system.
LCD sound system the second night, and Steve Lacy was the headliner yesterday.
Who was your favorite of all the acts?
Oh, of all the acts? I would have to say that LCD sound system was probably my favorite. That was hands down, like, I was going crazy. The day afterward, I was like, I'm so sore. It was so much fun to like hear all those songs, and they fucking ripped it.
Nice.
I would say that the most surprising was this guy named Dejan, who opened for or was on the Boy Genius ticket, and he's really cool. I mean, I think it's like him and his band, but like they just sat down the whole time, and it was like they had all their instruments kind of going through like sequencers and whatnot, but they were just like really like it was all over the place. It was really cool.
Dijon, like the mustard?
It's spelled like the Mustang,
Nice.
but it's
Did
not
it-
Dijon. At first, I thought it was Dijon, and then he said, "My name's Dijon."
Oh, no one was like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any Grey Poupon?"
Yeah, I'm sure he's.
He's sick of hearing that. Not again.
But it was a lot of fun. I'm exhausted though, as well.
Yeah. It seems like we all had very high impact weekends. So let's unwind with a delicious episode of I Choose You, and let's start doing that by recording.
All right. Jeremy's the pre-show.
Oh no! Hold on.
Oh well.
I almost forgot. I was worried. I was worried about why. This is 198.
Oh, I'm recording. Should I not record?
No, you can. I'm recording now. I was worried about why Skype.
Yeah, this is a problem for me now. Actually,
All right.
so you don't have to worry about starting and stuff.
I was like, why does Skype keep logging me out? It just stopped doing it, but it was for like 5 minutes. I was like, clicked on it, and I was like, no, and I was like, no, let me in. Anyway, yeah. Let's count off. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5.
6.
7.
8.
Okay.
And Ian, you turned off your air conditioning.
Yeah, that's just his computer now.
It's all good.
His computer is even too hot.
Yeah.
Nothing a little isotope can't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Though I will say, at least here in Santa Fe, it was pretty cool today. It probably didn't crack 70. Just a lot of storms blowing through. But anyway, let's start the show. Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielek. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
the friend of the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Sonic of the show.
And Evan Aubrey.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Evan, what do you got there?
Grapefruit Spindrift.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Just juice and fizzy water. Ben, what do you have? A Coca-Cola?
Wow, is it cherry Coke?
It is cherry Coke.
Nice.
It is. Like I was explaining to you boys right before we started recording, I spent the weekend at a music festival and was drinking ludicrously expensive beer all weekend. So I need to not do that right now.
Give me a classic cheap Coke.
Exactly. Drink a Coke.
You're pouring it into a glass?
Well, because, okay, let me just show you, Jeremy. This is how you fucking drink soda, okay? You got a cup, maybe it's glass. You've got it full of ice, and you pour it.
We'll pour it right up to the mic. Oh, yeah.
Pour it so slowly so that you don't get any extra bubbles that you wouldn't ever want.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just sits there, right? It just sits there bubbling. You know, the ice is moving all of the sugar molecules around. I'm not a scientist, okay? But I do know that this works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so I have a drinks on a plane update for y'all real quick. So I was on a plane
wait,
this
I
weekend.
want to hear. I want to hear Ian's drink.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Ian. What do you got?
I've got polar strawberry watermelon.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, this is not what I'm drinking, but from the Trader Joe's, I bought their sparkling waters, and I bought a watermelon lemon sparkling water from Trader Joe's, and I have to say, it's really good.
Watermelon sparkling water does sound like a good summertime snack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about it, a watermelon's mostly water anyway.
Yes.
So it's only natural that it would be good sparkling water too.
Are watermelons the LaCroix of fruit?
No, because they flavor blast you. Like if you got a good watermelon,
yeah,
that's true.
And it's like goes into your mouth like and it's like ripe and it doesn't suck.
Are you Googling how to eat a watermelon?
No, I'm not. So, but I love watermelons.
Anyway, Evan, you're flying drink.
Sorry, I got so excited, and Ian looking into Ian's eyes reminded me of this. But I absolutely went up to the flight attendant and was like, "Give me one ginger ale," and I sipped on it and thought of Ian the entire flight, both flights, there and back.
Oh wow, okay.
I like that you didn't wait for the flight attendant to come to you.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah,
went to the
like-
front of the plane. And you're
Like, sir, the keep your seatbelt on sign is still.
But I need ginger ale.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes after you took off, and you're like still like this going up.
Yeah,
And
fighting
like
like,
the-
crawling to the front of the plane.
The drink cart's like rolling down the aisles towards you. On the airplane, both ways, I got a Coke, because that's
Nice.
my airplane soda of choice.
That's what I like to hear, Jeremy. I'll cheers to that.
With your cherry Coke. I didn't ask for a cherry Coke. Maybe I should. Is cherry Coke your Coke of choice, Ben?
No, this is a little bit of an outlier for me to purchase this, but I was in Target. It was calling my name. I was like, you know what? Time to live a little bit differently. I've had plenty of terrible tasting sodas recently, so I need to just like
Gotta
treat
reset the
myself to a
palate.
good soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treat yourself. Me and Evan were in Portland for Evan's bachelor party this weekend, so we also drank a lot of.
Woo!
It was like that.
No
Though.
rules, just right.
Yeah, it was an Outback Steakhouse of an experience,
All right.
to say the least. But we did. Well, first of all, my ongoing bit was just to pretend like it was Evan's birthday every single time.
Yeah.
Which
Got a lot of people going. Like
yes.
every like restaurant or like the bike bar thing we went to, it's like, whose birthday is it?
Which was fun. And then the other thing is, again, we drank a lot, obviously, bachelor party.
Mhm.
And I will say the beer I had in Portland was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
want to hear. I want to hear if there's any standouts or anything interesting from it. Besides that, it was good. If it's just good, that's okay too, though.
I went to one bar and I was like, I don't live here. This is my first time in the city. Give me a good local brew. And they're like, I suggest the red one. And I was like, okay, I'll have that. I don't remember what it was called beyond that.
It was a
But
beer,
that was-
right? It was a red ale.
It was some sort of red ale. I couldn't give you the company, but red ale based in the Portland area, very good. That I had on the beer tour that we took. We stopped at a brewery called was it Route? Oh my God, it's named after an interstate.
Brewery 26.
26, and I had a good raspberry like Kolsch there that I thought was pretty snazzy. And then at a another bar we went to, I had a blackberry cider, which I thought was pretty tight.
Yeah, we kind of went. We tried it all. When we went to Rogue. Rogue was one of the stops on the tour, and I got there. They have CBD seltzers, and those were excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Evan was like, between rafting and this bicycle that we have to move about town, I need something to relax my muscles.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get a CBD seltzer.
Ian.
I've never been on one of these like beer tours. I've never really like beer hopped. Do you like drink a full beer at every single place you stop?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Or two.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many did you have like by the end of the tour?
There were 3 stops.
Oh.
There's 3 official stops, and then the tour guide was like, "You should go to this other place afterwards."
That's right. It was
So
pretty
there-
close.
You should have more.
Yes, there are 4 places that we stopped at, and I did drink a full beer at each of them. But again, I not to roast Evan's friends, but I was like, this is what I'm gonna do this evening is drink a lot. So I didn't drink a lot before that moment,
Right.
per se.
Well, and you had the high altitude helping you out.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
But I just
Wow.
can't, like, I went for a beer on Friday with an old professor of mine, and he was drinking, like, he got the big mug. He's a part of the mug club, this
Yeah.
dive bar. And I couldn't keep up with my regular, like, pint glass of, I had, like, 2 elevateds, and I was like, wow, I'm going to throw up right now.
So that's the thing is you kind of have to pace yourself for sure. Like, first, like I went lighter as I went along. I think
That makes sense.
And by the second one, it was also there was mini golf or no putt golf on the inside.
There was
Little putt golf course, and there was pickleball and things. And there I was just like, just give me a Rainier. I just want like good old fashioned like Anheuser-Busch like Rainier. Yeah, so that was, you definitely can't go too wild. But by the end of it, when we were getting food and we were walking down to the place where like the guy was like, "Yeah, you should go here." Everyone was definitely a little rowdy.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Well, that's
So-
great. That's what parties are for.
absolutely. We also we did join in with someone whose birthday it actually was.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
actually
all
their
right.
birthday.
And then they ended up getting dinner with us. So it was a
Yeah.
birthday party.
Mhm.
Wow. Nice. Made some friends too.
Though I will say, though probably in a more concentrated period, that was a lot of drinking. But when I went to Spain, since they just slam a fucking bottle of wine in front of you like every 5 minutes, that's probably like the most alcohol I had in one day kind of situation. It was when we went on a specific food tour there, where it was like, okay, here's like a 10-course meal, and every course comes with a different bottle of wine, and so.
Yes.
It was that was pretty intense. So that was probably
Sounds kind of intense.
yeah, but hey, it was good. So that's what matters most of all. Which
You learned something.
Along the way, I also have a drink. It's a local. It's an ex novio most interesting lager in the world, which I find to be an enjoyable light beer.
Nice.
Wow. And so you're right back in it, Jeremy. It seems like you just like rolled with the punches.
Hair of the dog right away.
Well, I didn't
Bachelor
drink
party
anything
all
yesterday.
weekend long rager in Portland.
I didn't drink anything yesterday. Like I had a lot of coffee. In fact, I had a lot of coffee today because I was tired.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, Jeremy.
I drank a lot of water. Look.
You got some water with you right now?
Yeah, it's
Water
in a
check.
cup over here.
When you go to work,
Good.
just fill up your Camelback, and you're sitting at your desk, and you just got like hamster feeding as you're typing on your computer.
Yeah, as I'm checking emails, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'm exhausted. Like I get a rag and I wipe my head down.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. That's all I have to say on that front. So yeah, cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Clink. A gold. Anyway, let's move on to the meat of the show, which is here on I Choose You. Each week we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat, and we have recipes to share about how we're going to cook and eat said Pokemon, and then we vote very democratically about who has the best recipe. This week's Pokemon that we're cooking and eating is called Shaymin. It's a hedgehog. Got a real bustle in your hedgerow kind of situation. Is it pronounced? So that's the Pokemon we're cooking this week. Who won last time? I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Might have been me.
I think it was Evan.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, Evan, it was your birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Birthday privileges still apply.
Yes. So Evan, why don't you start us off with some hot recipes?
Yeah. One thing I was digging through the trivia just to get those good nugs, those good little bits that I can really use to craft my recipe, and I did notice that Shaymin is possibly modeled after a chia pet.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
It's
Yeah.
Part hedgehog, part chia pet, and what better to make this week than some chia meatballs?
Oh, interesting.
So in the spirit of I Choose You, we're going to use the whole hedgehog
Nice.
and basically shave the bits to get the chia seeds out of what's been growing, right? And then you toss the entire thing into your kitchen meat grinder along with some garlic and some ginger, some onion, a little bit of cilantro and tamari, and then we're gonna basically that gives you your pork, hedgehog sausage base, and then you're gonna put some basically as you're forming your little balls, mix some chia seeds in there, and that's gonna kind of act as like a binder, so you don't necessarily need like an egg or something because it's kind of gelatinous and holds together enough. That's your meatball, and then for the glaze on top of the meatball, we're going to use a little bit of tamari soy sauce, some ginger, a little bit of rice vinegar, honey, and sriracha. You're going to whisk that together, and then you're going to once your meatballs are done and out of the oven, well, you're going to do half and half. So you're going to do some while it's in the oven, pull it out, and then do a little bit more on top.
Excellent. My question: can you serve these meatballs in like an IKEA kind of situation?
What would be the what kind of an IKEA? This is not a Swedish meatball.
No.
What nationality of IKEA would you expect to see these meatballs in?
What if we called it an IKEA?
Oh,
Goddamn right.
And it only sold novelty chia pets. That
And then
looked
you
like,
break them open and there's like blue candy inside.
Is that true of normal chia pets?
Oh, I don't know.
So
okay.
like, yes.
My question about your recipe, Evan, is when you found this it was like the chia meatball is like a vegan meatball, or like in what circumstance would you be using chia seeds?
No, sorry. It's really just a chia meatball because it's meat, like your regular meat, but instead of using the egg like I was mentioning, you use the chia seeds. Like when it cooks, it kind of becomes a little like gelatinous, and it like binds your meatball together more. So it's just like a fun alternative. The website I got this from is they have kind of an obsession with Dr. Oz that I was not a fan of.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Because they were like, oh man, wait till I share this recipe with Dr. Oz and his legion of adoring fans. I don't know. This was at a point in time, I guess, when he was still doing his TV show and was less problematic.
And not a weird failed Senate candidate.
Yeah. So it's a health food thing that you know. I don't know if eggs aren't your thing. Chia sure will be.
I know, Ben, you're not a big egghead.
Well, I actually am a fucking egghead.
God damn it, I got that confused.
If you even knew me and what I'm about, you would know that.
This guy in burritos and any sort of like breakfast, I always see eggs on Ben's plate.
Oh yeah.
But Ben, where are you at on the nude egg?
On the nude egg. Beautiful, flawless, amazing specimen of nature, probably.
Mm-hmm. This is a reference that I think you should leave for the listeners at home.
Do you think that would make a good chia pet?
The nude egg.
The nude egg.
It does have a bush
grows.
But yeah.
To water it through its little egg hole.
Yeah.
Ugh. So, Jeremy, while this was being mentioned, you did share a Sonic chia pet.
Yes.
Which I think is relevant to our conversation for a few reasons.
Ian mentioned he was Sonic the Hedgehog. Evan mentioned chia pets, and I was like, is there a Sonic chia pet? And the answer is yes. And it seems like it's relatively still in circulation. I can go to this Amazon link and purchase one. It's $22. It only has a 4.3 rating, though, so I don't know about that.
Is there a green Sonic? Is there a green Sonic character? Like, Tails, Knuckles,
I'm going to Google green Sonic and see what it gives me.
You're just going to get him, like, lighten up some bud.
There is a green Sonic character, but it's a bird. And its name is... what is this fucking character's name?
It must be really complicated to pronounce because you're not coming up with absolutely nothing.
We got Jet the Hawk and Bean the Dynamite.
Oh, Jet the Hawk is pretty sweet though.
Yeah.
I was just looking that up.
Okay. So
did you say Bean the?
Yeah, Bean the Dynamite. What do you want from me, Ian?
I can take a stick of dynamite.
He has a bomb, and he's like, it looks like a fucking Woody Woodpecker.
I think I actually have seen this person, Bean the Dynamite.
Yeah. It's like two nicknames.
It kind of sounds like a line of like beat poetry or something like that.
It sounds like the name of a hot sauce.
Bean goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I asked is because this Sonic Chia Pet is kind of lacking for me, quite honestly. And I think
we need blue plants coming out of there.
Well, I feel like the just color mismatch is what's throwing it off for me. It's like I can't really like imagine this being like something cool that I would want to share with people.
Yes. Yeah.
I hate that he's wearing short sleeves. Right, like his arms are just skin colored.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Well, those are just his arms. He's only wearing shoes and gloves.
Right. Does he shave his arms?
No, I just think that's like a fur pattern.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure his arms are blue in the movie.
It's like
Which
when
is
you
canon.
it's like when you take your dog to the vet and they shave the fur off of their legs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Someone had to take Sonic to the.
Like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Sully.
I do notice on the box it says full growth 1 to 2 weeks. I just can't help but think that Sonic fans are going to want it to go faster. You know.
I mean,
Yeah, they
Sonic
should-
fans are all about full growth, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
Anyway, so what else? So yeah, you could buy at the IKEA, you could buy a Sonic Chia pet and get some Chia meatballs.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Ian, what's your recipe this week?
Yeah, so I wanted to just get a recipe ready for this episode. In
You
general.
wanted to go fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I came up for you is a
Wait,
suppose
question. Did you Google famous hedgehog or did you just already have that one tucked back there?
I had that one ready to go.
Okay.
You were aware that Sonic was a famous hedgehog.
Well, I really couldn't decide if I was going to be Knuckles or Sonic.
Well, Knuckles is in a different animal. I'm
Don't
just saying.
fucking talk to me.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, guys. I thought out of pure curiosity, it would just be funny to look up famous hedgehog and see what the first thing is. It's surprisingly not Sonic.
What is
Who's
it?
more famous?
I'll tell you who's more famous than fucking Sonic. The more famous hedgehog than Sonic. Mrs. Tiggywinkle.
What?
What?
Is this like a Puxatawny Phil sort of situation? Is it an actual hedgehog that like a town has memorialized? That
Well, here's the funny thing is that when I look it up, it actually does bring up photos like on the side. Like Google will like add an image search to your thing, and it is just regular old hedgehogs just being cute and shit. But of course, one of the most famous hedgehogs is Mrs. Tiggywinkle, the industrious washerwoman from Beatrix Potter's stories. The character is inspired by Beatrix Potter's own pet hedgehog.
So I Googled this and I saw that and I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't know for what. And then, Beatrix Potter, like, oh, yeah. But did they just use regular pictures of the hedgehogs to
did.
illustrate this, which is super bizarre.
They did.
So, in the books, Mrs. Tigglebitty does laundry? Is that
Yeah.
Yep.
okay?
I'm on ranker.com for the greatest hedgehog characters of all time. We want to keep this one a little short because we're a little stressed. So number 10 is Silver the Hedgehog from Sonic 06. Oh no, excuse me, I'm mistaken. Number 10 is Super Silver, the Super Saiyan form of Silver the Hedgehog from Sonic 06. Number 9 is Super Shadow, the Super Saiyan form of Shadow the Hedgehog.
clearly not a lot of hedgehogs to pull from.
Yeah.
What's the over/under on the majority of these being from Sonic, like other Sonic properties?
Ben, I'll give you a little hint. Almost all.
Oh my god. Is there a non-Sonic related hedgehog?
Yes. And it's
Give me-
number
give me that
6,
one.
Mrs. Tiggywinkle.
There you go.
The tale of Mrs. Tiggywinkle. What makes this character great? 1, enjoys tea. 2, positive. 3, befriends Lucy. I don't know what that means.
Makes them great.
Boo 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 update. There's actually another non-Sonic character in the top 10.
Oh shit.
And it's everyone's favorite character. I'm sure you guys all remember the hit animated film Toy Story 3. And you could draw deep into your memory wells and remember the third best hedgehog-based character of all time, Mr. Pickle Pants.
No. What
Why
the
do these
fuck?
all have terrible names?
What the hell?
I'm glad if the Sonic series didn't exist, 1, no one would know what a fucking hedgehog is. 2, they'd all have really fucking dumb names.
Unlike Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, it's Prickle Pants, not
Oh,
Pickle
I'm
Pants.
sorry. I'm so sorry. It is Prickle Pants.
Prickle Pants is better.
Pickle Pants.
Oh, now I see it, and now I do remember.
Yes.
Actually, Mr. Prickle Pants. Yes.
I want to highlight number 2 is Shadow the Hedgehog. I want to highlight what makes this character great, which is 1, rival of Sonic. 2, lone wolf. 3, very strong.
Very strong.
Is very sexy. One of them.
Yeah.
No. Number one, of course, is Sonic. And what makes this character great? 1, fast. 2, can spin attack.
Spin attack. What the fuck?
And 3, transforms into supersonic. So one of the reasons this character is so good is he can turn into the 8th best hedgehog-based character according to this list.
Let me see Mrs. Tiggywinkle trying to do a spin attack.
Yeah, Mrs. Tiggywinkle could not do a fucking spin attack. I can tell you that much.
Do people get paid to make this content, or is this like an act of love?
No, websites like this are basically just AI. I mean, before, like, I think many people would call it that. It's just aggregating stuff and putting it.
Evan, you're like a technology. You're the tech guy of our.
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
the
math
IT
whiz,
guy.
right?
Yeah, you're
could
the
you-
Donatello of the group.
Yeah, you work the machines. Can you like run through an AI for us, like top 10 hedgehogs with pros and cons?
Okay, I'll get back to
Pros
you.
and cons.
Okay.
While you're doing that, what's your recipe?
Yeah. So,
All right,
what we're gonna
Mrs.
do
Tiggywinkle.
yeah, take the Shaymin, and we're gonna do this guy in some clay. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jeremy.
I know what you're talking about.
Take some clay, and you just wrap the guy in the clay, seal it up. He's in like a little clay cocoon, and dig a little hole, stick him in the ground, light that shit up with some coals. Walk away. Come back later, crack it open. Now the beautiful thing is, if you do this with a real hedgehog, when you break the clay away, it'll pull the needles will just come off in the clay, right? What I'm presupposing is all the bush, so to speak, on the Shaymin.
The hedge.
The hedge.
Yeah. Yep.
Is all like maybe like herbs and spices. Well, I guess not spices, but they are herbs. Complementary, of course. And so it's cooking in like with all that flavor.
Mhm.
It's already like rubbed basically, and when you pull the clay off, pulls off the foliage, and you're left with that perfectly cooked little guy.
Excellent. I see you're also a foliage enjoyer.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
So this is an interesting technique. Where does it come from? / why?
Where does it go?
Yeah. It does come from a French cookbook, I believe. It's Hérisson à la terre, or hedgehog in clay. Oh, thank God. All right, the AI is here. Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Wait, what's happening right now? Are you still going to read your recipe, or are we
Yeah.
going to read this thing?
I just put that in for later.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's French. I get looking into it. The Romani people will eat hedgehog sometimes. Like that's like a known dish. So I don't know if this recipe is inspired from them and included in the collection, or if it's just like a really old. It's from this this website, which when you scroll to the top of it, the banner is a close-up of a hedgehog's back with a slice of Swiss cheese, like holy cheese on it, and then a bun on top.
Just ready to eat.
Yeah. Hopefully that's AI generated too.
No, someone lovingly put that together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really this guy just like talking about how much he loves books, and he read a French like recipe book and found this recipe.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
Interesting. Wow, I wouldn't have thought that anyone would want to
Does
eat
being
a
like
hedgehog.
excuse me. Oh my God, I'm dying.
Drink your water, Jeremy.
Stay hydrated.
Does reading a lot of books make you want to eat hedgehogs?
If you read a lot of French literature, this article is sandwiched between, if I were to go to back one, it would be mint and lime Tassani cooler. Okay. And if I go to the right, it's how to kiss like a Frenchman.
Interesting book. Really makes you wonder.
Evan, do you want to tell us about the top 10 hedgehogs according to like Chat GPT or something?
Well, yeah, it's definitely. I had to go 10 fictional hedgehogs because it was listing off like actual types of hedgehogs, which is not what we're here for. Clearly.
Yeah.
So Sonic, Shadow, and then Amy Rose from also the Sonic franchise, the cute pink hedgehog with a crush on Sonic. She showcases bravery and determination while wielding her trusty Pico Pico hammer.
That is true.
And then you got Silver the Hedgehog, and then Shadowfax, although not a hedgehog in the traditional sense. Shadowfax from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings is a horse described as the Lord of all horses. Known for his exceptional speed and loyalty, Shadowfax
not in the traditional sense, as in it's not a hedgehog, but it is in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings.
Man, this is why AI can't fucking take her jobs.
Man, incredible. And then Mrs. Tiggywinkle right away.
Yep. I think that it's funny that Shadowfax pops up because it's probably trying to find Shadow, but just wanted to add in a little extra.
Shadow plus fast.
Shadow fast. That's what the machine was trying to do. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get number 7 is Arthur the Hedgehog. Arthur's a fucking aardvark. Jesus Christ, ChatGPT. Who the fuck are you?
Oh no, this is
children the value of self-acceptance.
Yeah, this is the lovable Arthur the Hedgehog from Arthur's Nose.
Yes.
Jeremy, I thought you fucking read. You haven't read Arthur's Nose.
No, I have, and he's an aardvark, and he looks like one specifically because he's got the fucked up like snout in that book.
And then one last AI thing, just for that, we'll save that for the Discord.
Yeah. we got number 8. We got Quilly. I don't know who this is. He assists the main character's Rusty using his quills to solve problems and overcome obstacles. That might be true or not. I have no idea. Needle the Hedgehog. Echoes of the Great Song by David Gemmell. I don't know what this is either. Again, could be something that a robot made up. And the last one is Hogatha. Hogatha is a mischievous and comical hedgehog from the classic video game The Lost Vikings. With her spiky nature and witty remarks, she adds humor and entertainment to the game.
I did think of a hedgehog that I'm surprised didn't make the list, though I don't even know what its name is. The hedgehog from Animal Crossing.
Oh yes, the ones that run like the clothing store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How did those not make the list?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, okay. First of all, this the robots don't know what a hedgehog is in a traditional
cut the robots
sense.
some slack. Yeah, exactly. I thought a horse was a hedgehog. A fictional horse.
Hedge horse. Horse hog.
Horse hog.
I mean, Tolkien never described Shadowfax as not having needles.
But did he describe it as quote unquote a horse?
Or not a hedgehog in the traditional way.
See, if he was still alive today, we could be writing. These are the kind of letters we'd be writing him.
Dear Mr. Tolkien,
have you considered Shadowfax being a hedgehog? Signed, Ian Davis. Letter sent.
Also, why didn't the eagles just fucking fly them there?
Would you consider the eagles not a hedgehog in the traditional way?
Fuck.
All right. Well, thanks, robots. Ben, what's your recipe?
So for my recipe, I was also thinking about Sonic, but not in the traditional way, some might say. I was thinking about Sonic, the fast food joint.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I wanted to make a Shaymin themed Sonic meal. And so I have put together for you a little Shaymin Sonic snack pack here. And all of this started with, I was discussing and showing cute little Shaymin over to Asia right before the show started. And she made the point that, it's a hog with a hedge on it, right?
Yeah, that's the joke there.
Quite literally the hedgehog. And I think for that reason, I had to make a Shaymin cheese. like a ham and cheese.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
okay.
But you'd be surprised that you can only find the grilled ham and cheese on the Sonic secret menu.
Oh shit!
There's a secret menu?
You can't know about this ham and cheese sandwich.
Well, so I feel like, you know, the fast food secret menu, quote unquote, kind of thing is a little bit of a overhyped deal, and also like can definitely be abused to the point that people are like, do not say that, like don't ask for stuff that isn't on the menu. Like I know that there's quite the controversy over secret menu.
I feel bad that we just gave the I choose you bump to Sonic's secret menu.
I know.
This seems like the least problematic thing they could possibly make, though.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing that gets me, because I was thinking about Sonic, I was thinking about Shaymin, and I was like, I gotta find some, you know, the ham connection in there somewhere, but I gotta look up what is on the secret menu just to see what's on here. And truthfully, Sonic's secret menu is really just like something with add-ons. So it's really like not like there's only one item on here that I feel like is truly like a secret. But they already sell grilled
Ben, what
cheese.
is it?
I'll get there, Jeremy. Okay, I'm building fucking suspense. Okay, this is storytelling.
Okay.
But you can already order a grilled cheese at Sonic, which is something that I used to do as a child. Was a grilled cheese and tomato from Sonic is what I would get. It's got the nice fluffy Texas toast, buttered, griddled, you know, cheesy. It's a good time. So basically, for you to just get the grilled ham and cheese at Sonic, you just get a grilled cheese plus ham. So not that complicated. The other things on this website saying, you know, talking about the secret menu are mainly just drinks that are just like, you know, custom spritzes for the drink options. And Sonic already does crazy drinks, you know. So honestly, a lot of this stuff is like not super stressful. So I don't feel too bad letting the cat out of the bag on Sonic's secret menu. Some of the items include purple Sprite, a Sonic Sunrise.
I have a question. Does purple Sprite taste different than a regular Sprite?
It does, because a purple Sprite is a sugary sweet mix of Sprite, Powerade, lemonade, and cranberry juice. And totally refreshing, says this website. There's a drink called a Dr. Pepper Orgasm that I feel like Jeremy specifically would be interested in because he drinks a lot of Dr. Pepper. And a
regular Dr. Pepper doesn't do it for him anymore. He needs
exactly. In which case you would ask for a mix of Dr. Pepper, lemonade, and Powerade.
What?
Where does that name come from?
Yeah. DP Orgasm.
Yeah.
Orgasm. Yep.
Double penetration orgasm. Why do I want a Powerade in a soda? This sounds awful.
Electrolytes, man.
Electrolytes.
Yeah, I want this soda to be a lot saltier. Is really what I'm feeling right now.
Ben, do any of these specialty drinks have green chili in it?
They don't, fortunately. But that is something that you can order at a New Mexican Sonic, and they will do it.
Just take some off your burger and just put it in your drink and swizzle it around.
Yeah. I will say, when I was in Portland, they spelled chili wrong. They spelled it with an I. That's how I know they're not real fans.
Roasted. But anyway, like I mentioned before, there is one thing that does seem like a very special thing to order that wouldn't be on the menu, that would require a little bit more effort, and that is the quote-unquote pickle O's at Sonic, which are just deep fried pickles.
Okay.
But
what makes them O?
They're circular, I guess. As in like when you slice
slices.
a pickle.
Okay, they didn't like hollow them out and make them into like pickle rings.
No, they're not. It's just pickle slices. But it is dipped in quote unquote their tasty batter mix and fried until golden brown. So all of this is to say that my thought on Shaymin and the Sonic, you know, meal deal that I'm putting together is we have our Sonic Shaymin cheese, which will use the whole hog to make some ham, and include that in our grilled cheese. It will also include some fried pickles, and in this case, the pickles are Cornish Shaymin,
Nice.
also known as Cornichon pickles. And so for that, you're going to have to go digging into the hedge, as it were, and just pick out the little pickles that are growing on Shaymin's back. Not pickles, excuse me, cucumbers.
No, they're pickled.
Yeah, they're already pickled.
Is that
Shaymin's
where
like
the,
an ancient,
pickleback
like-
comes from?
Yeah.
The pickleback.
That's Shaymin's like an ancient, like prehistoric god, right? So maybe they've been there for a long time.
There you go. Actually, that makes sense. They've been, pickling on its back for that long.
The sweat of the shaman
It's
like
briny.
a brine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it is different from a normal cucumber plant. You're going to have to reach hand past the loam of the hedge on top of this hog and kind of get down in there. And because Shaymin is like very small, I will add, the pickles are also very small. They're teeny tiny.
Would they be like finger pickles?
They're like little baby finger pickles, if you can even imagine that.
Ben, I can't.
Well,
I can't
I'm gonna have
imagine.
to ask you to try a little bit harder, because that's what I'm making is some Shaymin. Sorry, how do you say this tiny pickle word again? Cornish Shaymins.
Corn Shaymins.
Fried in the style of the Sonic Pickle O's, and then we're gonna make a Shaymin water, which is going to be a green ocean water. So for that, you're just gonna make a normal ocean water ripoff. Instead of adding blue food coloring, you're gonna add green food coloring.
Okay, but I will say when you said Shaymin water, it sounded like kind of like a St. Patrick's Day tie-in beverage.
Oh, Shaymin water.
You know what? I could see Sonic packaging a St. Patrick's Day Shaymin meal deal all together, and it's tied in with the marketing around that. And yes, the drinks are green. The box that you get your ham and cheese is green. Yep. Yep. So that's what I have for you. Yes, Ian.
Does it get delivered on rollerblades?
It does. It does. And actually, on the rollerblades are Sonic.
Oh, shit. Sonic works at a Sonic.
Delivered by a hedgehog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Do you think I never really thought about like Sonic is already so fast, and people who run aren't as fast as people on like rollerblades, right? Like you can probably rollerblade faster than like the fastest runner. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you put Sonic on rollerblades, would he be even faster?
Exponentially faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because if you think about it, friction, right? His foot isn't touching the ground; it's sliding.
Yeah.
Even faster, even smoother.
Yes, smoother than ever, Sonic. Do you think Sonic finds Sonic demeaning?
Which one? Which one?
Yeah.
Do you think the Hedgehog finds the restaurant like an inappropriate use of his name?
Oh.
Jeremy, you and I saw Sonic the Hedgehog in theaters.
Yeah.
On
Opening
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we both agree that if in that movie Sonic was like running by, ran past a Sonic, he would stop and run back and be like, "Oh fuck!" And then his little blue boner would just, he would just go ape shit. Like he'd be like,
"I'm
"That's
really
me.
gonna check out
That's
this
me."
Sonic movie."
Yes. Well, in Sonic lore, Sonic loves to eat chili dogs, which is something you can purchase at Sonic the restaurant.
Footlong, by the way.
Yeah.
Are we not certain that Sonic the Hedgehog started out as a Sonic? Wait, which came first? The restaurant or the Hedgehog?
I have to assume the restaurant came first because Sonic T Hedgehog was invented in 1991.
What's his middle name?
Thomas.
Theodore.
Yes. Founded in 1953, Sonic Drive-In.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, is it possible that Sonic the Hedgehog is like a AstroTurf
promotion of Sonic Drive-In?
promotional advertisement for Sonic drive-in?
100%. A bunch of people in Japan were like, "God damn, we need more people to eat at this American fast food chain."
And they don't
So-
even have them everywhere, just in
Yes.
certain places.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah, not a lot of places have Sonic. Asia's only experience at Sonic was when our car broke down in Tucson and we had nowhere else to eat but the Sonic that was right next to the place that it was getting
Did you
fixed
call
at.
it Tucsonic?
Oh, I should have.
Ooh.
That would have been good. I was too stressed to think of puns at the time, but that would have
Yeah.
been pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Let me hop in with my recipe here. Mine's a little more of a sweet treat to round out your meal. And luckily, I got this recipe from one Alton Brown of the Food Network.
Oh, your
and this
namesake.
Yeah, I was born under.
You might say that it's all coming full circle,
Yes.
like a ring.
Or like a pie, a Shaymin mincemeat pie.
There it is.
Oh.
All right.
So, as you know, despite its name, mincemeat is actually kind of like a filling made out of dried fruit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the kind of like the berries that are growing on the shaman. We're going to pluck it off of him. We're going to dry those out like you would like a raisin. Those will be the golden raisins in the mincemeat. And we're going to add to that Granny Smith apples, brown sugar, figs, cherries, and some beef suet, which is kind of like the like coagulated stuff that you use in like soups and things like that. And we're going to put in some ginger. We're going to let that sit for a while. Add some orange zest, nutmeg, allspice, ground clove. Basically, you make a pie crust. You fill your pie crust with your mincemeat. You bake it. It's a sweet pie. You have it I don't know, after dinner when you want to think of home. And you're like, because of the Shaymin, it gives that extra bit of magical like kick in the mouth to really be like, wow, what a sweet treat to have on this delightful afternoon. And that is my Shaymin's meat pie. Thank you.
Delicious.
No shame in that one.
No. Some might even feel better after they eat it. And it's like cruelty free because you just have to pick the berries off the Shaymin and not kill it.
There you go. There you go.
So why do they call it meat if it's not meat?
Evan, the British are fucked up. They don't know what they're talking about
That's true.
half the time. But let's see what Wikipedia has to say about this. Mixture of dried
mincemeat.
Mixture of chopped dried fruit, distilled spirits, and spices, and often beet suet. Okay. It formerly contained meat, and now it doesn't.
Can't change the name. Impossible.
Yes.
People would have no idea what this is.
They
Yeah.
should have called it Beyond Mincemeat.
Yes.
Oh.
In like the 19th century, when it became mostly dried fruit. English recipes from the 15th, 16th, and 17th centuries described a fermented mixture of meat and fruit used as a pie filling. It also included vinegar and wine.
They're really
Sounds
just
a little-
pouring it all in there.
Yeah, it sounds a little much, if I'm being honest.
Well, and you saying your recipe makes me think of Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Oh,
Of
Can't
course.
not imagine that when you say meat pies, even if
Yeah.
there's no meat in it.
there's no meat in it, but I think these pies would be the best pies in London if they were to exist. Unlike the song, which is the worst pies in London.
I
This
guess
is for all
this is
the
kind of like a
theater nerds.
wholesome version where like
Yeah.
the shaman comes up to the second floor and you like
Yeah.
give it a little chia pet like zzz,
Yeah.
zzz, and then it
Yeah.
like comes back in like a month or something and then you do it all over again.
Yeah, it's like if Sweeney Todd had like a nice non-emo life, and he was like, "What if I actually just like put hair in a pies instead
What
of
if I just
people?"
ate human hair?
Yeah, but reduce, reuse, recycle, all that kind of business.
Is Sweeney Todd good at cutting hair?
Yes. And
Yes.
shit.
Like, confirmed?
Oh, confirmed.
Well, yes,
he was a barber. Benjamin
Yeah.
Barker was a barber
yes.
before he became the demon barber of Fleet Street. Sweeney
So,
Todd.
so his whole shtick is there's a guy he really hates because he stole his girlfriend, if I'm remembering correctly.
So his daughter.
His daughter, excuse me, sorry. And to get revenge, he's like, I'm going to become the best barber in London. and I'm going to convince him to come to my shop to be shaved, and I'll kill him.
He spends like 20 years in prison or something.
Yes,
and
he
comes
does.
back. Yeah.
And he comes back, and his revenge. He's kind of like that guy from the Count of Monte Cristo, where he's like, "This guy sent to my prison, so I need revenge." And so he's like, "I'm going to become the best barber in London." And then this guy, who's like some hoity-toity lord or something, will come to my barber shop, and I'll cut his neck.
He's a judge.
Yeah, he's a judge. Okay. What? I saw this movie once. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, so he's not a barber before? Like he just picks up the trade?
No, he was a barber. He made his living from cutting people's hair and giving shaves.
I see.
And then he comes back and uses his skills
Powers for ill.
Yeah, for devious purposes. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, with the ability to shave comes like the ability to take one's life in all one's hands. Well, of course, everyone knows the history of barbers. They used to be like more like surgeons, all that business. So, but yeah.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you guys actually had a Shaymin in the game?
Oh, never.
Oh,
nope.
No. Not one.
Never found it. Never got there.
I got it. I got it from because this is Diamond and Pearl, right?
Right.
Yes.
Played I logged like over 400 hours on that game. Fucking loved that game.
Yeah.
Friend of a friend is like, I got a Shaymin. He probably like glitched it or something. You know, I'm sure it was some ill gots.
His uncle at Nintendo gave it to him.
Yeah.
He had that like Game Shark thing that you.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. And he was like, I'll trade you this for your Torterra.
Oh, your baby.
I know, and like at the time.
Whoa, that's kind of like a psychological warfare situation right there.
Super rare Pokemon, but for your favorite Pokemon, would you do it?
Well, I did it. And let me tell you, probably like 16 years later, fucking
woke up in a cold sweat.
Yeah. I can't even find that game cartridge. Like I think that's just lost to the sands of time, and I still feel bad trading away my boy.
Oh no!
Wow.
I bet you never used your Shaymin in like a fight or whatever.
Yeah, I just stuck him in a fucking box to rob.
No. Oh, I feel bad for you.
Do they
you remember
still have? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Nickname for your Torterra?
Yeah, it was Torterra. Because I'm gonna let you know a secret, Ben. Never nicknamed my Pokemon ever until like late high school. College.
Same. I kept him as is.
I feel like we talked about this, but I also did not until actually like playing Sword and Shield, probably.
Yeah. It's a sign of I mean, like it says its goddamn name. I think that's what it wants to be called.
Totally right.
Either way, you had a significant attachment to it.
Yep, and I should get a tattoo or something to commemorate it.
Yeah.
Rip Torterra.
Do they still have those things that like? Because I remember it was a big deal when it was like you could transfer between like devices even, and they had a thing that was like from the Game Boy to the DS. There was like a whole like thing. Yeah. Does that all still work, or did they say like no, sorry, fuck you, like you're gonna lose your old stuff?
Well, it's different now. You have to like subscribe to a like cloud service.
Oh, that's right.
To store all your Pokemon and share between devices.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I don't know how that works for cartridge-based.
Maybe like there's like the old methods up to a certain point, and then
use like link cables and shit like that,
right?
For like the Game Boy. And you know what's cool about the DS ones is that what you could actually do is you put like Diamond and Pearl in the DS slot, and then you put like Emerald in the GBA slot, and they would trade between the two on there.
Right.
Whoa, I didn't realize that.
That's a good time.
It was a good time, and a grand time was had by all. But let's decide who has the best recipe this week. Ben, you never made a poll, so we can just hash this out, like emotionally, if you want, or do you want to just like 3, 2, 1, point to who has the best recipe, or just say it out loud?
Evan, did you make this hedgehog collage?
I did. It was not. So I in Midjourney typed hedgehog as food in the style of Sonic the Hedgehog. It did not do it in the style of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, this is just
put a hedgehog. It like draped the hedgehog on top of some food. So I'm kind of disappointed.
I mean, it is kind of cute though.
It is super cute, but again, the AIs are letting us down.
Yeah, I also don't know if this hedgehog has the right amount of fingers.
Oh.
I want to. The hedgehog in top left is terrifying, but I want to eat whatever that mango thing is. He's.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's just kind of like an orange lump.
That's the new kind of forbidden food, is the AI food that is never going to be real ever.
Yeah, it's like that
really
AI
good.
beer commercial where it's just like people's floating faces drinking beer.
And you're like, I would love that.
Yeah.
I want the digital beer, the digi
Yes.
beer.
The Digi.
Oh man, I bet in Digimon they drink Digi beer.
I would hope so. I mean, at this point, they're all grown up, right?
Yeah.
So.
All right. While we've been talking, I've made a form.
Oh, I was just about to say the exact same thing, but you should do yours.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right,
both,
Evan.
both of
Here
them.
we go.
Oh, it's untitled. Untitled form.
I didn't have
Unusable.
time to make a fun.
That's okay.
thing.
I don't blame you, Evan.
Immersion breaking.
Okay, so but Jeremy, I think still needs to share the recipes, like.
Yes,
recap.
yes, and I'll do the recount right now. From Evan, we have Shaymin chia meatballs. From Ian, we have cooked Shaymin in a clay pot. From Ben, we have what is it? Shaymin pickles or something like that? Oh, Shamisons?
Cornish shamans.
Cornish
Fried.
Shaymin pickles. Oh, Shaymin ocean drink from Sonic the Hedgehog. From you, we have Shaymin's meat pie. Everyone vote. And Ben, oh no, excuse me, Evan, who's winning?
I have 2 responses. 3 responses.
I voted.
I voted.
Anyone not vote?
I voted.
Oh, so me. And Ben is the winner this week.
Yay!
There we go. Got us in the nostalgia for Sonic. I've been
Yeah.
craving Sonic lately. You said that,
Sonic
and I was
is
like,
pretty
you better
good.
mention cherry limeade right now. That was my go-to.
Do you think
Yeah,
we could
cherry
make a
limeade.
Sonic commercial where we're all like sitting in a car and we're like, "Oh, I ate a sandwich and it costs $4."
I think that the time of the Sonic guys is over. I don't know if anyone can make those
The reign
advertisements
of the
anymore.
Sonic guys has concluded.
Like, well, it was like a period of time where people were like, "Hey, those guys are pretty funny," like, But I think it's over. I don't know if they can do it.
I think we could do it.
You think so?
You got us like a funny car.
Mm.
Do you think the
That's
car
what's
was
funny about
funny?
it is the car. Oh, gotcha. Oh, it's funny because they're in a clown car.
Oh.
No, it's like cool Porsche shows up, and you see like the glint off of Jeremy's transition lenses, and you're like, oh shit, it's LaCroix boys. But then it's like Jeremy and Ben in the seats, and Evan and me in their laps, because it's a two-seater.
Right.
And then Evan's like, I'm baby, I want cherry limeade.
What do I say
to-
before I order?
I think you say, like the classic, like, I don't know, I'm thinking like Japanese anime dude like pushes up his glasses and he says something really fast and like deep voice Japanese.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you say that, and there's subtitles below you with your.
Yeah. And it says like, oh boy, I love the Sonic food. And then Ben's just like smoking a huge blunt. Doesn't say a goddamn thing. In fact, you can't even see inside the car really because it's just smoking.
He's like Pigpen with weed smoke.
Yeah.
Then it really would be Sonic accurate.
Yeah,
At least
true.
the Sonic that we knew.
Oh yeah.
And what do you say, Ian?
Well, it cuts to me at the very end. I'm holding one of the foot-long chili cheese dogs, but I'm eating it like how they cartoons eat corn on the cob.
Uh-huh.
Chop, 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 chop.
Do you eat hot dogs like that normally? Where you like side to side?
No, but if we got that Sonic money, I'd eat just about anything, however they want me to eat it.
Okay. And they want
So
you to eat it horizontally.
I was just kind of curious because I couldn't think of any like catchphrase that Sonic was like known for, like marketing.
Gotta go
I'm
fast.
loving it. So apparently I just looked up Sonic motto, and it says the Logan that they used was service at the speed of sound. So you make you.
I don't know.
Sonic-
I've waited on a good Sonic or two in my day. I've waited for hours.
You said I wish this would go faster.
Yeah, you're on rollerblades for Christ's sake.
Maybe the very end of the ad, we say like, wow, thanks for the fast food. And then it's Reggie on rollerblades. And he says, Chibi Robo 4 announced.
And then it freeze frame of him and it goes, wow, wow. And then, yeah, over.
We just made the perfect fucking ad.
Good to go. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your comments and questions and recipes sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
Mike says, hello, boys. Let's take a trip back in time to the Victorian era of glory of 2011. That's right. Immediately when Jer Bear decided that you'd be cooking on Shaymin this week, my mind went to the only hedgehog recipe I know. So now you may ask yourself, how do I work this into a film reference from 2011 about Victorian era in Europe? The movie, of course, is 2011's Sherlock Holmes 2, The Game of Shadows. Yes.
A movie I saw on Christmas Day.
And there's going to be spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it yet...
they say they're going to make a Sherlock Holmes 3, so...
That's true.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Robert's in.
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
So, Game of Shadows, where at some point Holmes, Robert Downey Jr., and Watson, Jude Law, find themselves at a Romani settlement where they are looking to find information on a suspect. At some point, there's an exchange between Holmes and Watson where Holmes says he can't remember the last time he'd had a better hedgehog goulash. Oh. And Watson retorts, when have you ever eaten a hedgehog goulash? And Holmes says, I told you I can't remember a better hedgehog goulash.
Nice.
What a funny joke in this movie.
That's pretty good.
Robert Downey Jr. That was all improv, baby. That's what they don't tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Robert Downey Jr.
So that's what we're making today. According to a quick Google-roo, hedgehog meat is apparently mostly like pork. So I'm going to use a pork goulash recipe base. We're going to chop...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Does Google say that because the word hog is in it?
Hog.
Yeah, I think ChatGPT is just feeding him some bullshit.
Yes.
We're going to chop up our Shaymin meat, saving the greens for later. Then we're going to add the meat, a bunch of onion and garlic, tomato paste, caraway seeds, salt, pepper, and lard to a pot. Cover with water and simmer for a while, adding flour to thicken as you go. Let this simmer for an hour or so until desired thickness with 2 C's is reached. And then enjoy and ask your doctor friends where their favorite scarf went. Let's see what happens next week on I Choose You. Mike.
Excellent. All right. A ringing endorsement of Sherlock Holmes 2, A Game of Shadows, at your local Redbox now. Ian, can you read our next email from Jay?
Jay writes, sorry in advance. I'm making my way through the podcast and think it's time to send in a message for the Whale Lord's Mail Horde.
Oh, yeah.
This recipe is concerning the most recent episode I've listened to, the Floatzel episode. Nice. Jeremy alluded to this Pokemon being a fan favorite, and after hours of hardcore investigation, I understand why. So obviously we can't butcher this one. Instead, I have a cold treat to beat the heat. Nice. Weasels are mustelids, so Floatzel must be a mustelid. You know what else are mustelids? Beavers. Oh. As a mustelid, beavers produce castoreum for its castor sac. Okay. It's the ingredient most known for being used to flavor certain vanilla, strawberry, and raspberry products.
We love it. We love it here.
Yeah.
Floatzel has one of these castor sacs, and therefore, we must milk this mustelid for its castoreum. These scent glands have an overpowering smell that, once used properly, has a sassafras or artificial orange taste.
Okay, so you can make root beer out of this?
What's inside the yellow flotation device? Well, that's a nice, crisp seltzer water.
Oh, shit.
Pure LaCroix for sure.
Wait. Water is inside the flotation device?
But
it's like water. It's like a Burmese Mountain Dog where it has the whiskey inside of the barrel on its neck.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, seltzer water has bubbles in it, so it's lighter than regular water.
It's true. It keeps them
I imagine
afloat.
that the only way they get LaCroix in the Pokemon world is they stab this balloon and seltzer water comes out.
siphon some of that innocence for our recipe.
Mm.
Mix ginger, birch fruit, licorice fruit, nutmeg, vanilla, and star anise into the LaCroix and boil for 30 minutes. Stir the floatzel extract in. Lower the temp to a simmer and leave it for 15 more minutes. Adding the castoreum before that will cause the aromatic ingredient to dissipate quickly under prolonged cooking. Let cool for 2 hours. Once cooled, remove the whole ingredients, roots and such, pour into flip-top bottles, leaving 1 to 2 inches of space within the bottle because these will be fermenting at room temperature for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, shit.
During this time, we have to make some ice cream. A great man once said, you can milk anything with nipples.
Mm.
Floatzel is a mammal, and marine mammals do produce milk. However, it is extremely fishy tasting and very high in fat.
Sounds right.
So what do? We have to tag team this recipe with an old friend, Miltank.
Nice.
Excellent.
This is running long, so just make some vanilla ice cream. Pay the Miltank, it's $50. Grab a nice frosted glass and put a scoop or 2 in the glass. Add your finished root beer to your glass, and you've got yourself a root beer floatzel.
Nice.
Nice.
Congrats on the impending 200th episode. You've made my workday far more enjoyable. Time to go do 5 Hail Marys and ask for forgiveness. After Dark Type Trader, Jay.
Thanks for writing in, Jay, and thanks for listening to the show.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the section where we pick next week's Pokemon, in a section we call Pick-a-mon. What should we do next week? I don't know. What
Gen
about
5, maybe?
What?
Gen 5, maybe?
Yeah, I was looking at that. What about like a fucking, I don't know. This is great content right now.
Did we already do Gurdur?
We did one of
we
those.
We did Timber. We did Timber.
That's right.
What if we did like a Palpitoad?
Palpitoad, I think we did another evolution of it.
Did we do Seismitoad?
Or no,
I don't
we
remember
didn't. We didn't, but it's also just really ugly. I think that's why. I don't really like it.
Did we do Cub Chew or Bear Tick?
We didn't.
I'm thinking about Kofa Grigus.
Where is that one?
Grigus?
Yeah.
What number
The
is
one
that?
that's like a coffin.
Yeah, a
563.
sarcophagus.
We're gonna cook a coffin.
Yeah.
Did we?
All right.
I'm kind of wondering. We definitely have talked about this one before. I'm wondering if it maybe showed up in a finale.
That's possible.
I think someone made like the mummy juice or something. Like
Yeah.
took the.
They made the mummy juice.
Yeah.
What about
We
well,
did
if you don't-
fungus.
yeah, we did
Ellison.
fungus. What about like oh geez.
Russell.
We did
Russell. We did Crussell.
yes, we did Crussell. It was like 7-layer dip. Did we do
that's
Scraggy or Scrafty?
We did do Scraggy.
I think that was in. I think someone did that for a finale.
Yeah.
How about Litwick?
Litwick. We did Litwick. We did a Litwick. What about
Man.
Bouffalont? You want to do Bouffalont? We haven't done that. We just made a joke about it in one of our ads.
That would be
But
good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of a fun one. It's like it's a one-off too. There's no evolution of it.
Mhm.
The booth.
What
Yeah.
number is that?
Well, on the one that I'm looking at, it's 626. Number
Nice.
626.
All right, let's
Bouffalont.
do Buffalont. Buffalont Wild Wings.
Yeah.
We can't make that joke next week. Send in your Buffalont recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. Buffalont. All right. Plugs. Ben, where can we find you on the internet?
You can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya, or you can follow me on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Ian.
Follow me on Instagram at Musician Davis. Haven't posted any new content in a while, but I did update my profile picture today, so you can go check that out.
I'm gonna go check that out.
And if you imagine my voice in your mind really hard, it'll be like I'm there.
Okay. Evan.
You can follow me on Twitter at E_Van Aubrey or on posts at E_Van. That's about it.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1, on Tumblr at VelocityPrime1, and check out my writing at the-avocado.org. That's the-avocado.org. And let's wrap up tonight's show. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the rank. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest our social media pages, I Choose Pod, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, head over to the I Choose You Discord. The I Choose You Discord has a bunch of fans chatting it up, talking about whatever. We've got events, things like that. I Choose You Discord links are available in the episode description. Lastly, but not leastly, check out the official I Choose You website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu is a full episode archive and merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. That's ichooseyou.menu. And for the show, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zulik.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your blue, thin-legged hedgehog, Ian Douglas.
And Evan Aubrey.
To all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.